This is a quick review of an Autodromo Group B Nightstage 4. I've had this watch for a couple of months. I've been on the fence about getting a Autodromo Group B for a while, and finally just decided to get one and try it out. And I figured, if it wasn't for me, I could at least get a review out of it. So overall, I think this is a really great watch. I think there are some things about it that make it not quite for me, or not a great fit for my collection. But overall, I think it's a very good watch. Start with the bracelet. The bracelet is pretty nice, pretty high quality. I found it very comfortable. No pinching, no digging into the wrist. The lugs are very nice. They kind of have this, I don't know what you want to call it, like a little cover over the hinges, so it looks very seamless and nice. The clasp is basic but executed pretty well. When you pop or press in the release, everything opens pretty smoothly. I have a Formex that has a similar type of clasp, but when you press it, one side of it always kind of like sticks. So this one is really easy to open and use one-handed. I did notice that the PVD coating, it's already got a couple scratches from some very basic, just wearing around the house, wearing out, at the desk. So I didn't wear this out to do yard work or anything like that. So it's already got some scratches with some very basic light wear. It's got this very sharp kind of integrated style lug. For comfort level, I think it really helps. It really keeps the watch off your wrist, makes it very comfortable. As far as design and style, I think it's really up to your taste. For me, I think this edge really grabs your eye. And I think the dial is the best part of this watch. So I think this sharp line here really kind of pulls your eye away from the dial, which I think the dial, in my opinion, should be the focus of the watch. The case is real basic. There's not much going on with the case, other than this kind of the very specific design that they have. It is titanium, so it does wear very light. If you like a watch with a little bit more weight to it, this is probably not going to be the watch for you. It does wear very light. The bezel, for me, I think the bezel is very thin. I think the overall design look of it, understanding that it's to look like a car speedometer or other instrumentation, I think it fits just from a judging it as a watch. I think that the thin bezel, just in my opinion, makes it look, I don't know, like a cheap fashion watch. They always have these like almost no bezel or very small bezels. So I think to me, somehow it makes it look less substantial or less high quality. I would have preferred maybe a slightly thicker bezel. This edge on the crystal, similar to the edge on the lugs, I find this crystal a little bit distracting. Like whenever I look at the watch, I immediately look at this line here and the way this crystal is faceted. Again, this is just my opinion, but I find it a little distracting from the dial, which I find to be the best part of the watch. I think I would have preferred like a flat crystal. The crystal is nice. It's got nice anti-reflective on it, so it doesn't really reflect at all. The dial is this really nice, cool, blue color. In low light, it really just looks black. It doesn't look blue at all. I think in the marketing photos, it looks a little bit more blue, but it's really, really dark blue. You pretty much have to have direct light on it to see the blue, which I think is cool and fine. I think maybe it would have been better against a bracelet that is not PVD, so that you weren't, it wasn't kind of blending into this black, everything being black. You'd have kind of the black blue going on and maybe a more steel colored bracelet. But again, that's just my opinion. For somebody who wants like a very dark watch, I think this is a good choice. Of course, the markers in the hands are very cool. I love the style of this. It's very unique. It has a great 3D effect to it. I absolutely love the cut open hour hand, and this little this black kind of dot that obscures the dial and the screws. The second hand too, it's cool. I think the hands, I keep saying the dial is the best part. Maybe I should restate and say I think the hands are the best part. I think the design of the hands with the dial are so cool. So yeah, oh, and the crown is nice. It feels maybe a little small, but I guess maybe it's another proportionality thing where almost it makes me feel like looks like a fashion watch. But overall, I think it's kind of unique, and it's fun. So yeah, overall, I think it's a great watch. It wears really light. You almost don't even know you have it on your wrist. The dial and the hands are great. I have some just personal preferences about some of the, the design of the case and the crystal. I do think for the price, so that it's, basically $1,000. I think that makes sense given that the case is partially titanium. I think if you don't care about the titanium or having a really light watch, I think the price is a little high, right? If you compare it to like a Laurier or Seiko's or something that's more like, in the $500 range, I think the overall design and the quality of the watch aligns more with that price range. So to me, it's a little expensive if you don't care about the titanium. My assumption is that the higher price range really accounts for it being titanium. But yeah, overall, I think it's a really nice watch. For me, it's probably not quite to my taste, but I think it's a great watch. If you like some of these design elements and really like the aesthetic of the car instrumentation. I forgot to do a wrist shot, so here's a shot of it on the wrist. Pretty nicely proportioned. And one thing I forgot to mention is that the bracelet does not have micro adjust.